in one of the most important days of their lives. Today they promise to dedicate themselves completely to each other with body, speech, and mind. For them, out of the routine of ordinary life, the extraordinary has happened. The universe brought them back together after 12 years apart. Even when apart, they were never very far from each other. They will now tell the story of how their paths have crossed.
So, many of you know that we grew up together. We went to the same church and soccer team and classes along with Taylor and Lorenzo, who are here today. And I moved away in 4th grade, and we didn't have any contact for about 12 years. And then we're from New Mexico, so I came here to work at Cascadia. And I saw him in the room, and I recognized his big blue eyes. And then I thought I was seeing doppelgangers, so they said his name, and I tend to not be outspoken. So I wasn't going to say anything, but I had a really deep inner telling that I had to tell him or I'd regret it for the rest of my life. So I went up to him and I said, "Hey, are you from New Mexico?" And then I said, "Are you from Santa Fe?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Did you play soccer when you were 6?" And he said, "Yeah," with a really confused look.
So, to put it in context, we were at a training. There was just some person just staring at me for about an hour and a half, not breaking eye contact, just staring me down. We then moved to a different room, and this person sits right next to me and starts off with those same questions of, "Are you from Arizona?" at the University of Phoenix folder. And then
that was my was the folder.
And the way I remember was it went from, "Are you from Arizona?" to, "Did you play soccer in El Dorado when you were 6?" Which terrified me initially, but intrigued me enough that I couldn't help myself. And then we figured out all the commonalities between us. There was the growing up together, then going to the same college.
But never meeting.
Then in the same lab together, still never meeting, same profession. And we just so happened to everything line up for us to end here.
And we also re-met on August 10th, which is my parents' wedding anniversary.
It'll be ours too.
Yeah. And here we are.
Thank you. In the words of spiritual leader Thich Nhat Hanh, the Buddha spoke about 4 elements that can constitute true love: the capacity to be kind and offer happiness, Maitri in Sanskrit; compassion, the capacity to relieve suffering, Karuna; the capacity to bring joy every day, Mudita; and finally the capacity of non-discrimination, Upaiksha. When there is true love, there is non-discrimination. The pain of the other is our own pain. The happiness of the other is our own happiness. To make our love meaningful, we need to nourish our bodhicitta, our mind of boundless love and compassion. First, we learn to love one person with all our understanding and insight. Then we expand that love to embrace another person and another until our love is truly boundless. Buddhism is a path of transformation of one's inner potential. It is a path dedicated for serving others, helping them awaken their potential. Marriage is the vehicle to practice serving others. Love is wishing others happiness. Marriage is that equal commitment to the happiness of our partner towards their awakening and continuous inner journey. Chris and Jeremy, I invite you to express your sacred vows to one another. Please face each other as you declare these vows before the universe and in the presence of all these wonderful, amazing people here today. Chris, you may start.
Guess I should give you my ring first, huh? The first time I met you, I knew we'd be sitting here today, though I thought we'd be standing. But what I didn't know is how much I needed you in my life, and not in the typical cliche way. When we re-met each other, I think that we were both in incredibly dark places. It was almost exactly a year after my mom died, and we re-met on August 10th, my parents' wedding anniversary. For the first 2 years, you didn't give me what I wanted, but you gave me what I needed, which was my best friend. Someone who would leave his own house party to hold me when I sobbed. You showed me that true love meant patience, something that doesn't come very easily to me. You've shown me compassion, kindness, and respect, and you've shown me love. You're the most gentle soul I've ever come across in my life. There's no doubt in my body, mind, and spirit that the cosmos had a divine plan for us. I'll never forget what a gift it is that my mom did know you. If not the man you are now, but the big blue-eyed little Jeremy Jones in my soccer team. And when I rode in the car alone one day last year and thought, Mom, I wish you knew him, what a gift and honor it was to hear loud and clear, I do know him. And so I sit here before you today on August 10th in front of our friends who are family, in front of the entire universe, multiverse, and beyond, to say that you are my soulmate and we were made for each other. Jeremy Scott Jones, I promise to love you fully, unconditionally, and without limits. I promise to be faithful, loyal, and honest. I promise to hold you when you need to be held, and I promise to be held when you need to hold. I promise to be the big spoon and the small spoon. Unless meatball is involved, then he's the teaspoon. I promise to keep you safe, secure, and loved every day of our lives. I promise to always work on my own perfectionism and know that your way of doing things is right too. I promise to sing to you every day, whatever songs you want. I promise to remain open with you and to always live life curiously, playfully, and honor our inner children. I, Chris, take you, Jeremy, to be my spouse, my partner in life, and my one true love. I will cherish our friendship and love you today, tomorrow, and forever. I will love and honor you. I will laugh with you and cry with you, through the best and the worst, through difficult and easy, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health. Whatever may come, I will always be there, as I have given you my hand to hold, so I give you my life to keep.
Jeremy, now is the time for your promise.
Both hands. So, with a little word in mind. Chris, my world has never been the same since I met you for the second time in this life. As heard in our story, there have been some pretty crazy coincidences. So much so that random chance seems more and more unlikely. Synchronicity, or the simultaneous occurrence of events which appear significantly related, but have no discernible causal connection, tries to explain this powerful phenomenon when I'm with you. Even that becomes tested when you consider the influential impact of the cosmos shown through the natural and unnatural occurrences of the numbers 3 and 13 since we re-met and fell in love for these wonderful past 3 years. So I am going to take a moment to reflect on all that we've shared and will continue to share forever and ever. First, number 3 is your lucky number and 13 is mine. Then there's my birthday, May 13th, and yours, June 26th, or 6/26, which is 313 times 2. That may be stretching it a bit. Then there's this, our first home, our address of 1001, divided by 3 is 333. Then our apartment itself, number 405. 405 divided by 3 is 135, or the 13th day of the 5th month, which is my birthday. Our first full year as married love bugs will have 133 days from January 1st to May 13th, which only happens because it'll be a new year with a leap year. And maybe some of these are a stretch, like the fact that right here in this very spot, in our first home, fell in our love for each other 1,300 miles away from where I grew up at 31 Monterey Road. Now, before getting into the last and most significant influences of the combinations of 1s and 3s, I want to share the symbolism behind the numbers so as to solidify how our love connection is fated to be one full of love and happiness for the ages. Angel numbers are sequences of numbers that carry divine guidance by referring to specific numerological meaning. Number 1 usually is relating to new beginnings, intuition, and progress. Number 3 is the symbol of growth, creativity, self-expression, and talents. When the numbers 3 is in the sequence twice, it means that the power of influence is doubled. And here are some definitions and impacts for 313, for me since being with you. When I see it, it means I should stay positive and pay attention to my inner feelings and instincts. It is necessary to believe that good things are expected in our future. When I was going through a difficult period in my life, thinking that there would be no progress, 313 guided me to the pivotal moment in which everything was in chaos to become harmonious. I had to find out what was actually holding me back. I was afraid and confused. That's why 313, you, saved and changed my life. 313 is sent to encourage me, to give me strength and support. You give me that encouragement and strength to get rid of any fears or other negative emotions holding me back. And as we move forward together, we leave our fears behind. 313 indicates that love is everywhere around us, and that we should open our hearts to receive it. Let these vows among the love in the room and within ourselves embrace and make whole the love that we hold in our hearts. When we have love, everything is easy. It was 3 years ago when you saved my life and brought hope and color into my world in apartment 313. When I struggled with taking the leap into a professional career, I'm able to persevere and in making great change in the lives of others in the space I create for healing and self-compassion in my office, my work office of 313. I wouldn't be the creature I am today if not for all that you have shared, learned, and inspired in me. Darling, you brought so much color into my life, and this is not just a cliche. If you look across the rooms in the living room, you can see what my mindset was before meeting you. The side that is in black and white was a reflection of where I was at before you came into my life. I was lost, lonely, afraid, and angry. My world black and white. But now their meaning has changed to me and they no longer evoke pain. Instead, I see the beauty in this, our journey of life together. The cosmos brought us back into each other's orbit like a planet and its moon, always just out of sync. Always coming close to alignment, but always just missing. Then everything shifts, and the magnetic pull of these two astral bodies creates a tether, and from this coming in sync, there is harmony. Together we have grown, developed, and sprouted into better, more complete human beings. Your patience and resilience when putting up with me and my slow evolution helped and pushed me to recognize, face, and overcome the self-destructive, self-sabotaging, and other self-imposed fears and negative emotions I was plagued with. Honey Bunny, you taught me that it is all right to be imperfect. Love Slug, you taught me that it shows great strength to ask for help. Boogaloo, you taught me to accept that I am beautiful. And there are so many more things, concepts, and revelations I've learned from you. In fact, the amount you have given has made writing these vows all but impossible. I spend so much time looking for the perfect words and expressions of love to truly reflect my love and devotion to you. But how could I sum something like that up just in a few words or pages? It would take a lifetime. So a lifetime is my vow to you. Today and every day, I vow to love, cherish, oogle and ogle you, respect, admire, and adore you in each and every way, for each and every day, for forever and a day. So I, Jeremy, take you, Chris, to be my spouse, my partner in all things, my one true love. I treasure our friendship and love today and tomorrow and forever. I will trust and honor you. I will laugh and cry with you through the best and worst, through the difficult and the easy, for richer and poorer, in sickness and health, whatever may come, I will always be there. As I have given you my hand to hold, so I give you my life to keep. I will never be very good at being concise with my words, so my vows, my commitment, my love for you will always be reflected in the three most powerful, influential words. I love you.
Recognizing that the external conditions in life will not always be smooth, and internally your own minds and emotions will sometimes get stuck in negativity. Do you pledge to see all these circumstances as a challenge to help you grow, to open your hearts, to accept yourselves and each other? and to generate compassion for others who are suffering? Do you pledge to avoid becoming narrow, closed-minded, or opinionated, and to help each other to see various sides of situations?
We
We
do.
do.
Understanding that just as we are a mystery to ourselves, each other person is also a mystery to us. Do you pledge to seek to understand yourselves, each other, and all living beings, to examine your own minds continually, and to regard all the mysteries of life with curiosity and joy?
We do.
Do you pledge to preserve and enrich your affection for each other and to share it with all beings? To take the loving feelings you have for one another and your vision of each other's potential and inner beauty as an example, and rather than spiraling in words and becoming self-absorbed, to radiate this love outwards to all beings?
We do.
Chris and Jeremy, please hold hands even more. Scoot on up. Under the eyes of the universe, Chris, do you take Jeremy to be your lawfully wedded spouse?
I do.
Do you promise to support him completely and love him unconditionally, so as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Under the eyes of the universe, Jeremy, do you take Chris to be your lawfully wedded spouse?
I do.
Do you promise to support her completely and love her unconditionally as long as you both shall live?
Do.
So we're now the rings. You each have a ring for one another. This most precious of metals symbolizes that love is the most precious element in your life together. The ring has no beginning and no ending, which symbolizes that the love between you will never cease. You place these rings upon each other's fingers as a visible sign of the vows which this day have made you husband and wife. Wedding rings are made precious by our wearing them. Your rings say that even in your uniqueness, you have chosen to be bound together. Let these rings also be a sign that love has substance as well as a soul, a present as rings. Also be a sign that love has a substance as well as a soul. Excuse me, y'all. I'm still trying to get over this last vow. Okay. Let these rings be also a sign that love has substance as well as a soul, a present as well as a past, and that, despite its occasional sorrows, love is a circle of happiness, wonder, and a light. May these rings remind you always of the vows you have taken here today. Chris, you will go first. Please repeat after me as you place the ring in the hand of your partner. I, Chris, give you, Jeremy,
I, Chris, give you Jeremy.
this ring is a symbol of my love, commitment, and the eternal vows
This ring is a symbol of my love, commitment, and eternal vows
we have made to each other today.
we have made to each other today.
With this ring, I be wed.
With this ring, I be wed.
Jeremy, your turn. I, Jeremy, give you Chris.
I, Jeremy, give you Chris.
This ring is a symbol of my love, commitment, and eternal vows
This ring is a symbol of my love, commitment, and eternal vows.
we have made today to each other.
We made today to each other.
With this ring, I be wed.
This ring I be wed.
By the power vested in me by the state of Oregon, I now pronounce you spouses, lawfully wedded before the universe. You may now kiss your spouse.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Let's party!
All right, I'm going to confess, Jeremy's like a son to me, so this is really like a very emotional day for me too. So I'm really super proud that he has found, like my mother would say in Spanish, his media naranja is half orange.